Good morning, Unity of Tampa. What's up? Chris Myers on the trumpet this morning. We're going to sing our welcoming song today. Here we go. Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace you need in a hurt, searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Where the Father waits with open arms, He's calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in, come on in. You'll find a place of rest and illumination, where God within you helps you to light your way. He knows the peace you need from the hurt you're feeling. He longs to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Where the doors are locked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Well, there's room enough in this home of love for someone just like you. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, come on in. Unity, come on in. All right. Good morning once again. So this morning we're doing something a little bit different. We have, I believe, Piper coming up here, and she's going to give the children's lesson here right at the top. We're working out the kinks. We on. Okay, good.
Hello, guys. I swear this gets scarier every week.
No.
Oh, stage fright, even though I'm only here for a minute. But today we're going to be talking about, similar to what you guys are talking about, you reap what you sow.
It's on.
Oh, is that better? Okay. Okay, cool. So similar to what you guys will be talking about, we're going to be talking about you reap what you sow, and we're actually going to be planting little plants today. So I'm really excited about that. I love plants. But I thought I'd read the affirmation and the daily word. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the book won't stay open. That's okay. All right, so the affirmation. All right, so the affirmation of today is, I am a champion. I have a positive attitude and expectation for greatness. And then the daily word. My thoughts are my prayers. Every good thought you think is contributing its share to the ultimate results of your life. When I pray, I am talking to God, and God is always listening to me with love, whether I am praying or not. Every time I think a positive thought, I am expressing a kind of prayer. My thoughts today helped to shape my future days. If I am thinking pleasant thoughts about a friend and seeing the good in him or her, my future experiences with that friend are more likely to be pleasant. I know that it's up to me to choose to see the good in a person or a situation. My thoughts are like previews of what I would like to see happen. I ask myself, do I really like what I see? Am I imagining the best, or am I worrying about the worst that could happen? I am not the maker of the world I live in, but I do decide how I choose to see that world. Every positive thought I have is a prayer, and I am mindful to hold positive, peaceful thoughts. My thoughts are powerful, positive expectations of good things to come. So there we go.
Thank you, Piper. They're going to sing the children out. I am walking in the light, in the light, in the light. I am walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. They're going skipping out today. I love to see it. That's all.
Good morning.
What's up, Lewis? How you doing? Good morning.
Welcome to Unity of Tampa. I've got to remember what I told her, eat the microphone. I always wondered why when you see people singing on stage, it looks like they're going to eat the microphone. They've got their mouth right up on it, and that's because you can't hear without it. Anyway, my name is Lewis Key. I'm your platform assistant for the morning. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to those of you from Facebook watching in. Especially some friends we have that are watching in from the oldest city in the United States, at least I think it is, St. Augustine. So welcome to you and your cats if they're watching with you. And I know we have some other people around the country that are watching, maybe around the world. First of all, any new visitors here today? There is? Yes, back in the back, all right. Well, welcome. We have a flower for you when you leave, and I think we have a T-shirt also back there, if you check at the wall when you leave, as a gift. And a reminder to check all the announcements. We're going to go through a couple this morning, but check them on your the bulletin, your email newsletter, and also on the website. And if you would please, if you have a cell phone in here with you, please silence that, either turn it off or mute it, one of the two, so we don't have any interruptions that way. Secondly, COVID mask update. We do highly recommend that you do wear masks either here in the service and also over in the fellowship hall. But we are we having fellowship hall? Are we having food at the fellowship hall now? Today, no. Okay, that's right. And we also have a meeting here afterwards, which we'll get to here in just a second. As far as programs in January coming up, the Course in Miracles is going to resume this Thursday evening. Goes from 7 to 8:30, and it's a Zoom meeting. So put that on your calendar, and there will be emails sent out on that as well. The other thing I'm looking forward to is the congregational meeting. Please, no politics. I have had enough of that. Congregational meeting today, right after the service. We've got 3D plans available to see for the remodel of the Youth Ed building. And then the members that are here need to stay here to vote so we can approve that. Or disapprove it if you want to disapprove it, but I don't think that's going to happen. We also have J.D. Martin and Jan Garrett. We're supposed to be here January 23rd. That has been canceled. Don't know if it may get rescheduled at some point in the future, but for right now, that's been canceled. And then birthdays this week. Are there anybody in here that's having a birthday this week? No, I see nobody. And we do have one person, Billy, who is having a birthday this week or had one last week, had one this past week. He is checking in with us from Mexico. So we do have some people watching us from Mexico today. Happy birthday, Billy. And then that's it. We won't play the birthday song because nobody had any birthdays here. And we're going to bring up...
We'll get them next time.
All right, thank you.
Hey, thanks a lot, Lewis.
Thank you, Elliot. Appreciate that. All right, and now Nancy.
Morning. How's everybody today? So I just want to add one thing to what Lewis said about the plans. The plans are for the whole campus, not just Youth Ed. You're going to see our future campus everything as it's been designed. It'll obviously be done in phases, but I can't wait for you to see it. So I hope you'll stay for the meeting today. Can I ask that everyone who helped undecorate stand up? Come on, Karen, stand up. All right, and I know there's several who are not here. But I think you had Vivian and Linda and Norma, right? You had more people. Thank you to everybody who helped undecorate. As you can see, we're back to normal. We walked in Friday night for David Friedman, and the place looks so boring. I was like, oh no, we're back to plain, but it's so beautiful in here that we'll get back used to it. Thank you to Cindy. Cindy, where are you? Oh, thank you. Sorry, the light's in my way. Cindy's our board angel on duty today, and thank you to Jeffrey Beach, who was greeting and stepping in for Michael today, who needed to work. All right, I think that's everything I wanted to share. How about we just take a deep breath and say our affirmation? There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And Christian Myers, I'm sorry we didn't have the lights on for you. We were not trying to hide you. So when you come back up, we'll make sure that, we'll double the lights, okay? All right, I want to read today's daily word, which is guidance. And it's good because it goes with today's talk. Divine wisdom helps me discover my unique spiritual path. Tending to my spiritual life keeps me attentive to the whispers of my heart and in tune with my guidance. I am grateful for those moments I can rely upon my spiritual intuition to discern my path forward. But sometimes my guidance feels far away and hard for me to access on my own. At those times, I may seek the assistance of my trusted friends and advisors. I may seek the wise counsel of my minister or a spiritual counselor who encourages me to discover the wisdom found in the depths of my own consciousness. She, he, or they will pray with me, listen with empathy, share my joy as my innate wisdom leads me along my unique spiritual path. I am grateful for those who walk the path alongside me. But the advocate, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, will teach you everything and remind you of all that I have said to you. And by the way, I'm grateful that you're walking this path with us. I would hate to be talking to myself on Sundays, although it happens, so.
I love that the daily word is guidance.
I know, right?
Because we're going to be singing this song of Michael's called Spirit is What We Need. And I think it's going to be the first time that we've done it as a sing-along with you guys. But there's not too many words. There's only a couple parts, so let's learn it this morning. Let's sing a song to help us along. Spirit is what we need. Let's sing a song to help us stay strong. Spirit is what we need. Sing loud, sing strong, sing proud, sing long. Let's sing a song to help us along, 'cause Spirit is what we need. Spirit is what we need. Let's sing a song to help us along. Spirit is what we need. Let's sing a song to help us stay strong. Spirit is what we need. Sing loud, sing strong, sing proud, sing long. Let's sing a song to help us along, 'cause Spirit is what we need. Let's sing a song to help us stay strong, 'cause Spirit is what we need. Let's sing a song to help us along. Spirit is what we need. Spirit is what we need. So you guys can give us your feedback also. If you guys like that one and want to keep singing it as a sing-along, we'll kind of stick with it for a little while. I don't know.
I told them I thought they should record that. Isn't that beautiful? Michael wrote that song. I love that song. I told them the harmonies on their voices today were just so tender that I thought they should record that song. So that's my
Thanks, Nancy.
opinion.
Thank you.
All right, I have some great stories. Thanks to this first story, Michael, is from your mom, Patricia McDougall. And I really appreciate that she sent this. This is a great story that took place in Key West. Key West residents gathered on December 22nd to celebrate Alea Butler's homecoming as she moved into a brand new place in Old Town. But this was not just a regular move. She had lost 2 years ago everything in a fire, and she barely escaped the fire that destroyed her mobile home on Galveston Lane. She had to start all over, but the island community made sure she didn't do it alone. They provided Butler with a 1,300 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, and it had all the furniture, fixings, everything, appliances to shower curtains, and they even put in a Christmas tree. "That's my Christmas present," she said, as her friends, family, and neighbors stood outside the home to watch her receive the keys along with the certificate of occupancy. She cut a red ribbon placed across the front steps to cheers. "All my friends and family and everyone just wishing me well and keeping me lifted up. It was worth every minute that I'd been through." Fire Department Captain Jason Barroso was there the night of January 29th, 2019, to investigate the fire. He said she barely made it out alive and recalled that we became very close after that, and we've been praying together. He's the one who organized and started making calls over the past year and a half. Locals raised money, sought donated construction supplies, volunteered their time to build her a new home. They estimate that the home would have cost her $450,000 to replace as it is now, but they were able to raise $50,000 to $75,000, and the rest was donated in time and energy, which is just really awesome. The commissioner, Clayton Lopez, grew up watching locals, and this was my favorite message. Families would come together and do things whenever somebody was in need, especially things like this. A fire, someone loses everything. But yet in the end, they haven't lost much because the entire community came together and helped them rebuild. Isn't that beautiful? Second story is from Kathy Johnson. And thanks, Kathy, for also getting these organized for us. This is a great story, too. 80-year-old England man reunites with his long-lost siblings. He's a senior who just was reunited with his long-lost brother and sister after more than 20 years, thanks to the publicity the dog got from a local television station because the dog knows how to pick up litter. Seriously. 80-year-old Alfie Kitson and his 5-year-old dog Millie were featured in a video just before Christmas with the pup tidying up rubbish and putting it into a bin. Kitson and Millie have become a familiar sight on the streets of Hereford, England. It was after the filming of one of these regular rounds that Alfie was spotted by his sister's husband as Millie was cleaning up the streets. The family was then able to track down Alfie to the village of Ewlingswick, where he lives with his wife Judy. Alfie and his brother Dave, who's 84, and his 71-year-old sister Anne reunited for the first time in more than 20 years. Alfie said, "My brother moved to London years back. My sister went somewhere else, and we drifted apart. I had moved to Spain with my wife, and we were all just living our own lives. And I only returned 18 months ago because my wife was ill. We all grew up here in Hereford, and now we have been reunited. It's amazing, and to think it's all down to teaching Millie how to put litter in the bin is incredibly amazing." Now, that story made me think of David Friedman on Friday night. So those of you who were here, you know the message was about help is on the way. So he was looking, obviously, for his siblings and didn't find them, and then before you know it, there they are. So anyway, great story. I'll shut up now, and we'll go into meditation.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Oh, surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I invite you to just take some deep breaths this morning and relax your mind Relax your body. It's a beautiful day outside today and an amazing day inside. And just listen to these words as I share them. Take in what's right for you and let your heart be at peace. My mind is open to the lessons I need today to live my life in a healthy and mindful way. Every day, I get to choose my thoughts and monitor my words and take in new experiences and find new ways of growing myself, starting with my thoughts. Through conscious efforts, I choose what to store and nurture in my consciousness. But I also know what to let go of. I am a creative thinker who is responsible for my thoughts. And through prayer, I can replace my negative thoughts with positive ones. But I must be diligent in monitoring my thoughts and keeping them pure. I strive to view myself and others in unified oneness. I release my need to look for the flaws in others and to look for the flaws in this amazing universe I live in. I recognize that when I am neutral in situations, I allow my mind to stay pure and to bloom with positivity. I take time to release anything that does not support positive thinking. And I consciously choose to forgive those who have hurt me or have caused me frustration. And when I do, I eliminate the pockets of anger that prevent me from having a clear and open mind. I change my mind and I change my thoughts and allow awareness of God to become my focus, which helps me see the gifts of the world around me. And with these thoughts, I breathe deeply and gratefully for the peace that begins to emerge as I let go and I rest in the silence. I am the best expression of myself when my thoughts are pure. And with my mind and heart centered in peace, I gently allow myself back in this moment in time, knowing that I choose what remains in my consciousness, and I choose peace. Thank you, Bobby. I also want to thank Luis. If you notice to my left here, he brought a banner today that matches my talk. Yeah, he's so talented, right? He acts like it's no big deal, too. That's my favorite part about him. He goes, no, I just had this. I thought I'd bring it. Okay. Very talented. I love him dearly. All right, so shortly after Thanksgiving, I get this book in the mail that I did not order. And it says, Kingdom of God, the parables of the sower, the growing seed and the mustard seed. And it's written by Swami Yogeshwarananda. And I'm thinking, okay, and it said in here, this is a gift. If you read it with an open mind, it should pleasantly surprise you. If so, pass it on to others and share the good news. Okay, I still didn't know where it came from, but imagine my surprise reading on the back of the book from the Swami that this book was about the parable of the sower and the seed and Jesus' message. I'm thinking, this man with worldly religion knowledge, right, is talking about Jesus, a Christian religion, and that just didn't seem to fit for me. So I definitely read the book because of that. I thought, well, this guy's got something to say. So he spent 50 years in the Himalayan mountains as a hermit monk, and then came out and started moving about and taking time to spread his message. So when I started to read the book, and just so we're all on the same page, the sower and the seed is the parable he talks about, and the sower and the seed parable is all about making sure that we understand what it means to spread seeds and have them grow in our consciousness. So you can find the story of the sower and the seed in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And it describes a farmer who scatters seeds that fall on various types of ground, 4 different types of ground. Ground that's so hard that the seeds just sit there for the birds. Ground that is so shallow that nothing can root in it. Ground that is so thorny that whatever grows, it gets choked. And then ground that's fertile that can produce the fruit or plant. Now, parables are intended to help us think about the deeper message and the symbolism, right? That's the point of a parable. Can we read it and learn something for our own lives? Well, he explains that in this particular parable, we're the soil. And that we need to understand that Jesus was spreading words of wisdom, hoping people would gravitate to them and take them in. And he said, but Jesus says that people's reception to what that word was had everything to do with what their belief systems are. So if you grew up having certain belief systems, then what's in your heart prevents you from hearing something new. So even right now, you might be thinking, I never heard that parable, or you might be thinking, I heard that parable and I never knew what it meant. Or when I read that parable, it absolutely made no sense, because why would I need to read about a farmer and seeds, right? But it's really important because this parable taught us so much. And the big thing to realize is that, and I'm going to read this from Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity. Sir John Templeton writes in his book, World Religions, Wisdom from World Religions, he says we should listen to Charles Fillmore because Charles Fillmore understood how the mind worked. And this is what Charles wrote. The mind is the seat of perception of the things we see, hear, and feel. It is through the mind that we see the beauties of the earth and sky, of music, of art, in fact, of everything. That silent shuttle of thought working in and out through cell and nerve weaves into one harmonious whole the myriad moods of mind that we call life. Now, Sir John went on in this book and he talks about how on any given day we fluctuate between having confidence and uncertainty, between decision and indecision, between peaceful calmness and frustration, between happiness and sadness, all of which is determined by our thoughts. All of which. So think about a day where you were doing the what if. Well, I should do this, but what if this? What if that? Well, what if this happens? What if that happens? You know what I always say to myself? What if you just shut up, Nancy? And stop thinking. Just shut up. Let it go. Whatever it is, just let it go. I'm allowed to talk to myself like that, but I don't let anybody else talk to me like that. I just want to be clear. So Sir John makes several other recommendations to us, and I think they're worth hearing. First, he says we should consider thought, human thought, as the link between us and God-mind, that universal consciousness that we all share, that our human thought is our link to that. And he said, if we use that perspective, we would be careful what we thought, right? So if we always realize that we're connected to a bigger picture, then we wouldn't be so quick to think negative things because we'd know we were sending them out to each other through that connection. He also said that we have to acknowledge that thought is as important as words and actions. We're always telling people to watch your words and watch your actions, but who's telling us to watch our thought? This last concept of thought aligns with the law of mind action. It's a principle in Unity. The law of mind action says that I create my experiences by what I choose to think and believe and feel. Now, let's just talk about how powerful thought is. In any given day, research says that we may have 10,000 words go through our heads. 10,000 words. I'm sorry, 100,000. Yeah, I forgot the other zero. Now think about that for a minute. 100,000 words every single day going through you, whether you say them or think them or hear them. Many of those form thoughts in our mind. Many of them become our prayers to the universe. You remember the song we used to sing here decades ago, all thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying? That's reality. Whatever you're thinking, you're putting out there. Wherever it's going, you can expect that it's planting a seed somewhere. We have to be mindful of what we're thinking all the time. The human mind is super powerful. And if we're taking in that many words, we need to think how many seeds we're planting and sowing every single day. Think of it like this. It's a new year. You decided you're going to look for a new job. You're going to look for a new home. You're going to look for a new relationship, whatever that is. And every day you start to imagine and put that thought out there. This is what I want for my new year. At the same time, though, you are thinking about all the obstacles that are going to get in your way. Now, which of those seeds are you planting? Both. So at the same time you're planning what your desire is, you're planting seeds for obstacles to come your way. And they are both going to fall on that land and be rooted. So when you don't get what you want in life to work out and you don't feel empowered, look in the mirror and ask yourself, what are my thoughts? All of us are worried about COVID right now. All of us know people with COVID. All of us know people exposed to COVID. All of us know people who have lived through COVID, and some know people who did not. But if we continue to put our thoughts in the fear rather than safety, what are we bringing upon us? More fear in the world than we need. All of us need to hold thoughts of safety and wholeness and this moving away, not how bad is it going to get before it goes away. And with that consciousness, if nothing else, we will be in a mindset to be receptive to goodness. If you planted an apple seed, would you expect an apple tree to grow, or would you expect a lemon tree to grow? A lemon tree, Bobby? The law of nature, right, says whatever we plant, we will grow. It's a law of nature. Plant an apple seed, you're getting an apple tree. But the divine law works the same way. Whatever you're planting in your consciousness and planting in the world will take hold. And that's scary if you ask me. Because we all know our thoughts are not pure all the time. All the obstacles that we come up with, all the things that we fear are going to become a reality. And Jesus taught us that if you plant a good seed, then you get good fruit. But if you plant a bad seed, you can expect bad fruit. Whatever things you ask for when you pray, see them, believe them, receive them. Right, Jeffrey Beach? That's his saying. See it, believe it, receive it. But let's remember, we are not the only ones who are planting seeds in our consciousness. We talk to people all day long who do the same. So everyone who gives us advice, all the people that we pass, everyone who tells us how we should live, how we should act, what we should do, how we should take life in, all these things that we're educated about through everyone else that comes into our life also becomes rooted in our consciousness. And we don't know it until we're reflecting on those conversations and they suddenly hit us. Oh, maybe I'm not good enough for this. I had that experience this week myself personally, and I won't get into the story right now. But I will tell you, I had to check myself. Why was I letting that thought take hold? But checking ourselves is the only way to get to that place of holding pure thought. It's like self-monitoring on a constant basis. What I want you to remember is that God awareness is the most important thing. If we are constantly aware of spirit and constantly hold that God awareness, then what happens to us is that is in the background all the time. And the Swami talks about the candle and the candlestick parable, which basically says we're the candle, we're the candlestick, and that God awareness is our flame. And he says in the book, you wouldn't throw the candle, and this is also in the parable in the Bible, that you wouldn't throw a candle that's lit under a bed. You wouldn't cover it with a blanket. Why? Because it would burn, right? A light would go out. But the idea is that if you're going to have your light show, then you need your light to shine for everybody. And the only way to do that is to remember that God awareness in the back of your mind and to constantly be working on, is my light shining? Is my light shining? The Swami says that our light will continue to shine brightly the longer we keep the flame burning. And he uses this analogy because he points out that God awareness, the unseen, must be maintained and become a consistent part of our consciousness. And he said, think of it like this. A new mom who has a new baby in the house might go about her business the same way she did before, trying to get things done. But she never forgets there's a baby in the house. It's a constant awareness in the back of her mind. That's what he said we need to do, is have that constant awareness all the time of a spiritual consciousness for good. And to hold those thoughts. You know, we've heard the importance of oneness, but that spirit awareness, that God awareness, that flame, that is where unified consciousness comes together, where we stop seeing separation between each other, where we stop seeing each other's flaws, where we stop labeling things and categorizing things. That is where we land when we have a unified consciousness. You've heard the word atonement, right? Okay, atonement simply means to purify. Well, atonement is purifying your consciousness. But if you break that word down, it says at one ment. At one ment. At one with each other. The only thing that stands in our way and stands between us and healthy thoughts is our ego, our head voice. The voice that's constantly yappeting in your head all day long. That's your ego talking. A divine message would not talk to you like that. It would come from inside you. You would know the difference. It's that flash where you say, oh, that's the answer. Not where you go, where's the answer? Where's the answer? Where's the answer? And as David Friedman taught us on Friday in his book, Help is on the Way, and in the song he shared, if you are constantly knowing that something will come and take care of that, whatever is on your mind, then you can let it go and be in the right consciousness for good all day long. Let's review our takeaways for today. The sower and the seed parables remind us to, 1, plant only the seeds we want to actually grow. Monitor our desires and thoughts closely. Be mindful of God awareness every day. Remember that we're the candlestick that controls how bright that flame shines. Allow that God awareness to enlighten us. Remember, a tiny seed of wisdom is the season's harvest. And number 4, embrace the unified field of oneness. And remember, at one-ment is the path to a God vision. Our affirmation today is, I am sowing seeds for my highest good. Let's say that together. I am sowing seeds for my highest good. And I have a quote from Louise Hay today that I just love. The thoughts we choose to think are the tools we use to paint the canvas of our lives. Let's take that in for a moment. So we pause now to reflect upon the gift of thought and the power that we hold in our thinking, and the ability to control what we think, what we feel, and what we believe. And to know that we are one through the highest consciousness that we share. There is no separation between us. Amen. We're here to support you in your prayers. Whatever prayer need you have, we have a prayer box in the back of the room. Please feel free to submit your prayers to us. I also want to thank everybody for your generosity and how you support this church, whether it's your time, your talents, your donations. And many of you ask me why I don't collect an offering on Sunday. I just want to be clear about this. I don't believe we need to pass a plate for you to contribute to this church, if that is your desire. We have a donation box in the back. We have a Breeze app that we're trying to get everybody to convert to. You can use the app or you can go online if you want to donate. All we care about is that you're getting your spiritual food here. And if that serves you, then feel free to help us along our efforts to do that. But I don't believe in passing a plate, and as long as I remain our minister, I will not be passing a plate. So, with that in mind, I want to remind us that we have a prosperity prayer I keep forcing us to learn, and I think we're doing a mighty fine job. And we do have these on cards in the back if you want to say it at home for your own life, which I encourage you to do. It's the best prayer of the day for me, every day, 20 years now. And we say we here, so let's say it together with we. We have faith in God as our instant, constant, abundant supply and supplier. We have faith in God to open ways when to the human sense there is no way. We have faith in God to guide us in all our ways, and our health, happiness, and prosperity are assured. Thank you, God, for your abundant good now flowing forth to meet our every need. Awesome job. Thank you very much. And now I can't wait for you to hear this next song. Thanks to Elliot, Michael, Alvon, Christian, Duncan, Jeffrey, David, everybody who's helped us today. And Michelle, who's quietly in the back somewhere, I think, today, or in the fellowship hall, always helping us get things set up on Sunday. We're very lucky.
Thank you, Nancy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been planting seeds on the ground, watering them with my sweat and tears, scattering them all around. Guess it's what I'm supposed to do with my years. Funny thing is, I may know what I've planted, but never what will grow. It always seems to be a perfect mystery. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing more. Sometimes I still like to pretend I know what the harvest will be, but I always find out in the end it was never really up to me. Funny thing is, when I just do my work and simply trust, it always seems that life is looking out for me. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly. What's meant to soar will soar, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing more. I am only one of billions of seeds. When all is said and done, I just do what's mine to do and let it be. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, Whatever flies will fly. Whatever fails will fail. What's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow. Whatever dies will die. Whatever works will work. Whatever flies will fly. What's meant to fail will fail. Whatever soars will soar. I am planting seeds. Planting seeds. Planting seeds. Nothing more. Thank you.
Before we go into the peace song, I just want to make a couple quick announcements, okay? So today's different than normal. We're going to stay in here for the meeting if you're planning on staying. We have snacks on the back table and water, and we need you, if you're a member and you're going to be voting today, we need you to check in. So we're going to have our board members with clipboards available. Look for someone with a clipboard. We don't want to make a big crowd anywhere for safety. So if you would we'll position people on different parts of the room. Just go over and check in if you would, okay? And in the meantime, if you just aren't a member and you would just like to see the renderings for today and our new campus plan, please feel free to stay, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, and one more thing. Julie's Vision Board Workshop is this Saturday, next Saturday. If you are planning on attending, you need to sign up. Okay, so if you haven't created a vision for yourself for this 2022, please make sure you sign up. It's an awesome experience.
Let's go ahead and stand and sing the peace song, and then we'll get the meeting underway here pretty shortly. We're going to do one more song with Chris at the end as well. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now let's join together in saying the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is great. All right, thank you very much for being here today, and if you're going to stay, then I hope you enjoy our meeting.